everyone, Bernard here, hope you're all well. Welcome to my film and TV channel, and today we have an ITV drama that's just finished as I'm recording this yesterday evening. I've managed to watch the last episode about 2:30 this morning because I was sort of up for work and I woke up a little bit earlier than I normally, so I watched it this morning. So yeah, we're going to have a look at a drama that's caused a bit of consternation. It's based on a book, so these are always people whinging about these aren't true to the book, etc, etc. So we'll have a quick look at the Singapore Grip today. Please, if you're new to the channel, push that subscribe button, push the bell notifications so you know these vlog, TV drama reviews, film reviews, information vlogs are coming out. That'll be absolutely fantastic. Even the odd quiz is thrown in as well there. So please push that subscribe button. Tell your friends. I also do, if you know, check my playlists. I always do vlogs on Manchester City as well, my football team. So if you're interested in that or know anyone who might be interested, please point in my direction. I'll be very, very grateful. Right, thumbs up. Any comments are welcome, but if you can't leave a comment, no time for a comment on this. If you've watched it and you want to comment on what I say, please, if you've no time to leave a comment, it takes a split second to do a thumbs up, doesn't it? And that's great. It's great to get views, but it's nice to get a thumbs up. It's nice to know you're out there. Right, Singapore Grip. Yeah, the last episode was on Sunday the 18th of October, so it's over 6 weeks this. ITV. So you're talking 42 to 45 minute episodes, aren't you? So 6 episodes of this. And the Singapore Grip is based on a novel, as I said. It's based on a satirical novel. So obviously, how did they cope putting that onto the screen? Well, we'll talk about that. By J G Farrell, published in 1978. So quite old on that basis. So as a novel, it's probably sort of quite old-fashioned in the writing. And that was a year before his death. So he died in 1979, unfortunately, J G Farrell. In 2015, as late as that, the Straits Times, which is a Singapore broadsheet, Akshita Nanda selected the Singapore Grip as one of 10 classic Singapore novels. She wrote neatly weaving in snappy comic summaries of Singapore history, as well as the commercial and cultural forces that shaped the trajectory of World War II in Southeast Asia and China. What's it about? Well, the story's about a British family, the Blacketts, who control one of the leading trading companies in colonial-era Singapore. Walter Blackett is keen that Matthew Webb, the son of his business partner, should marry his daughter Joan, but Matthew is interested instead in a mysterious Chinese woman. There you go, Vera Chiang. The events take place in the background of the Japanese invasion and occupation of Singapore. I'm always of great interest in these sort of things. My dad wasn't in Singapore. My dad was fighting the Japanese in Burma. Obviously, sadly, no longer with us, but a long, long time ago. But so I always like these sort of things, and it certainly did interest me. I was hoping for a bit more war, perhaps, and we do get in this, but a bit more on that in a moment. Anyway, there's an actual running joke in the story as Matthew is trying to find out what the Singapore Grip is and what it means. So I mean, I had my own thoughts. I didn't check it up before I watched it. He was getting different answers from different people he talked to. We do learn by the end what it means, so that's quite interesting. Stars, well, we've got David Morrissey, Cole Meany. I always love a bit of Cole Meany, Luke Treadaway and Elizabeth Tam. How's it doing? How's it scoring? Well, Internet Movie Database, it's a funny one, this. I mean, overall, it's based on 373 reviews as I'm recording this. It's only getting 5.3 out of 10, so not fantastic. The episode scores, it's quite unusual because they don't sort of tie in what I thought of the series as it went by. Episode 1 is scoring 6.1 out of 10, so it got off to an okay start, didn't it? Episode 2 only 5.4, then episode 3 it drops to 4.3, but a little bit of a comeback. Episode 4 is 4.8, episode 5 got 5.4, and then episode 6 got a 5. I mean, I did enjoy the latter episodes more than the early episodes, so I was a bit surprised by that early score of episode 1 at 6.1, to be honest with you. Some of the comments on Internet Movie Database by Joe Public, you, me, people like me watching it. I'll start with the cons because you've got the pros and the cons. I'll start with the cons because there's far more of them, unfortunately. Right, First one, unfortunately, it was played as a 21st century cartoon view of the 1940s. Most of the characters are thoroughly unlikable. Yeah, I did like Cole Meany's character. He sort of grew on me, but I do agree with that, with the principle of that. Most of them I didn't really warm to at all. Nobody in their right minds will have a relationship with any of them. A very poor depiction of the real Singapore. That's one comment. Another comment, all the makings of a great drama, great location, setting, slow meandering plot though, given up after 4 episodes, disappointing. Yeah, a lot of people did actually give up early on this, I think. Someone else commented, I love Singapore and I love Tenko and I even enjoyed Serangoon Road. So I love Tenko. I've not seen Serangoon Road though, I might have to dig that up. So I also had looked forward to this series. It must go down as one of the biggest TV disappointments of recent years. I only stuck it because of the setting and the period, and it let both down badly. Not great. At what point does everyone realise that this is just expensively filmed crap? The trivialisation of the fall of Singapore is appalling, but not as appalling as the acting. I think the actors were struggling with what they were given, to be honest with you. That's probably the least. Apart from Mr. A certain Morris's accent, which just sort of was, I don't know. I can't even believe someone would have an accent like that. I'm sure they probably did, but there you go. Right, the pros. Yeah, some people did like it. We just had the cons. Let's have a look at the pros. I want to suggest people actually read. This is a pro actually, but it doesn't sound like one. I want to give it a higher mark as well. I want to suggest people actually read the book, but I expect many won't bother, and some would find it too challenging. But that was a pro, believe it or not. Someone else commented, I have watched 5 episodes so far of this fast-moving and very gripping TV show. Superb acting as one would expect from any show from the UK. It is one of my favourite series seen so far this year, stunning in every way, and the sets, costumes, direction and cinematography are flawless. I think that's the producer. It's got to be the producer leaving that one, to be honest with you. Someone else said, an excellent representation of the fall of Singapore. Very well photographed, and acting was also good. Ending was a bit up in the air. I did like the song at the end. I got a bit patriotic at the end, but too little too late, unfortunately. But suspect, as with so many shows, they are hoping for a second season. Well, I think it's in line with the books, isn't it? Well worth the watch, but this is not a war film in the traditional sense. It certainly isn't. So that is what you want. Don't bother. Right, on to Bernard's thoughts and rating. Yeah, I mean, as you can sort of guess from my little comments there, I wasn't overly impressed with this. I mean, talk about setting up a series slowly. I mean, I believe I've read many reviews of many people turn this drama off from ITV, to be honest with you. As I said, I was a bit surprised by that 6.1 score for episode 1, because episodes 1 and 2 really were hard going, and many turned this off even well before the first episode ended, never mind episodes 2 and 3. I can't really blame them for that. I mean, sometimes I mean, I did, as I said, I do like these sort of things, so I do stick with them, and obviously even if I wasn't doing a review, I'd probably have stuck with it and carried on watching, but I'm not going to blame anyone at all for turning this off. The drama and the war elements, which were particularly interesting. I don't mind a nice little love story. I don't mind seeing a little bit of the sort of basic slave labour that we were talking about at the time. We were talking about colonial powers, aren't we? Talking empire and stuff. So I don't mind bits like that, but it was sort of glossed over in many parts of the sort of the grittiness of this. So I was hoping for then the drama and the war elements to pull me out of it, but they was just so slow to arrive. And as for comedy, I mean, it's classed as a comedic. It's satire. I must have missed a few scenes because that certainly didn't happen for me. Painfully slow. Some nice sets, yes. Historically correct, I have no idea, but I'm watching this for entertainment. If I'm not historically correct, I'll watch a drama or I'll read a book on it. Some dodgy posh accents, especially Morris's, obviously was particularly horrendous and hard not to laugh, to be honest. It was that bad. That was probably the comedy element, some of the accents, I suppose. Yeah, that's probably what it was. I would have enjoyed more of the political side of it. Similar to the thing I've reviewed recently, A Suitable Boy, which is set in India and Pakistan thing. I was a bit unhappy there wasn't more of the political side of it in that, and there certainly was even less in this compared to that one, to be honest with you. And the Japanese invasion slowly comes into it, but the battle scenes, this is what sort of reminded me a little bit. If you watch the early episodes of Sharp, I mean, I did quite like Sharp. I sort of got quite into it, but they used to have battles where there was about 10 men on each side, didn't they? Because obviously the budgets are limited, and it was the same this. I mean, some of the battle scenes, obviously there was no fancy cast of hundreds of extras or any fancy CGI equivalent. So yeah, I did find that a little bit not great, to be honest with you, when they did introduce the Japanese invasion element. I mean, the meetings in the boardroom had more characters, I think, than some of the battle scene, which just about says it all, really. It does just trudge along. It's just about watchable if you watch an episode a week. It's not the sort of thing you can binge watch. If you binge watch, you'll find yourself doing other things, I think. I think you'll find yourself dozing off. I think you'll find yourself reading the paper. So the sort of episode a week sort of worked with this for me, even though it wasn't great. I wasn't thinking, oh, I can't wait for the next one. But at least you only had to suffer one episode a week. So yeah, as a binge watch, I think you'd struggle a little bit. But yeah, it sort of worked for me just about as an episodic 6-week thing, which is what it was, one episode per week. The episode scores, as I said, in IMDB, a little bit strange. As I said, I thought the later in the series with the Japanese arriving got a bit more interesting. But let's be honest about it, it did start from a very, very low baseline from the early episodes. So obviously my scores per episode did climb, but obviously very slowly and from a very, very low base. Very odd series. I mean, it is a very odd series. Is it true to the book? I've no idea. The problem is the book is satirical, isn't it? It's satirical and it's a poke at colonialism in Britain. This doesn't quite get it over. It doesn't quite work on this drama series. It didn't quite get that feel over. It was more or less just, obviously, I don't know. It was you sort of laughed at the characters, the presentation of the characters rather than the lines and the situation they were in, and it didn't quite work. One pro reviewer did say read the book, which I read early on, didn't I? But we weren't reading the book, were we? We were watching the adaptation, sadly, and it was trying to capture the tone of the book based on some of the critique I've seen. It seemingly failed miserably on that score. Very strange. Yeah, if you're thinking it could have, you are thinking it could have been so much better. Its main achievement, to be honest with you, is to perhaps make you want to read more about this moment in history. It does me. I'm a big history buff, as you know, if you watch my blogs, football and movies and real life. You know, it's I just love history anyway. That's just what it is. But its main achievement for me is to want me to read up a little bit more about it. That's never a bad thing, is it? And I will be searching out the source novel as well. I will be having a look at that and trying to get it on audio or perhaps even read the original novels. I'm sure if this was done properly, 6 episodes would not been enough to do the book justice, and you would have crammed in so much. But sadly, the good and interesting bits in this could have possibly been crammed into one episode. There are elements in it which I did enjoy, but they are very few and far between. There's so much filler in this, and there's so much filler that was unnecessary, and characters that didn't really grow on you and didn't really have an interest, and there wasn't much. As someone said about it, it's obviously a white-based thing, the TV series, and yeah, there wasn't much about the actual the indigenous people, what they were being put through. There was hints at it, but it never really went into any great detail. I'm sure the book does. I'm sure the book's far better. It wouldn't have been voted in the Singapore top 10 things of Singapore, surely, wouldn't it, from a Singapore broadsheet point of view. So there must be lots more in the book. So this is an opportunity missed, unfortunately. As for what the Singapore grip is, well, my guess sort of wasn't correct at the start, but it wasn't far out anyway once we knew what the Singapore grip was. Yeah, so let's have a look at the ratings. I'm going to give it a rating. If I told you my ratings of episode 1 to 3 was probably about 4 out of 10, and my episodes are 4 to 6. I'm being kind a little bit here. It was 6 out of 10. I'm going to take a bang average. I'm going to give an overall MGN rating 5 out of 10, which I think is being a little bit kind, but it's in line with the Internet Movie Database as well. But it's not a watchable thing. It depends what you want. There is a bit of a love story in it, there is a little bit of a drama, but it is so ploddy. I mean, I wouldn't heartily recommend it to anyone, although I'm not saying I totally wasted 5 hours of my life watching this, or six 1-hour episodes with adverts, because I scoot through the adverts, so it's not too bad, because I record it. But yeah, I wouldn't say it was a total waste of time, but it was such a shame, such a missed opportunity. Anyway, let me know what you think in the comments about the Singapore grip. Anyway, thanks for watching this. Please check my links on screen. If you follow or friend me on Facebook and Twitter, I do check every couple of days and follow and friend everyone back. And if you can check out my moviegamenostalgia.com website for old rare DVDs, movie posters from the 90s and 2000s, some great films, some great actors, and some board games on there as well. If you can get onto that, that's absolutely fantastic. That's my day job, and that's how I sort of pay the bills, so that's much appreciated. And as I said, please check the playlist for all my TV and film reviews, and also my football stuff on Manchester City, my club. I do City history, as you know, I've just said before, I'm a big history fan. I do stuff on City's history and stuff on City now, so please, if you're not interested, please, if you can point someone else in that direction. And please, if you're not subbed yet, I'm trying to get to 500. I'm sort of 4/5 of the way now. I want to get to 500 subscribers, hopefully by Christmas, as I'm recording this, Christmas 2020. I'm recording this in late October. So if you can do that, and please, if you're not subscribed yet, please subscribe. That'll be fantastic. Anyway, thanks for watching. Please, whatever you're going to do the rest of the day, have a great one. Look after yourselves, look after your friends, look after your families. More importantly, let's all look after each other. Until we meet again on another review vlog or an information vlog, this is Bernard saying, please stay safe, everyone. Bye-bye for now.